Blind Dog was about to give up on life. Then this cat did something no one expected. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the rolling hills of Vermont. The Johnson family farmhouse, nestled amidst a patchwork of fields and forests, glowed with a warm, inviting light, its windows beacons of comfort and laughter. Inside, the aroma of freshly baked apple pie mingled with the scent of wood smoke from the crackling fireplace, creating a symphony of cozy contentment. Sarah Johnson, her hands dusted with flour, placed the pie on the windowsill to cool, her smile reflecting the warmth that filled her heart. Her husband, Tom, a sturdy farmer with calloused hands and a gentle demeanor, entered the kitchen, his boots leaving a trail of mud and the scent of freshly turned earth. He wrapped his arms around Sarah, his embrace a silent expression of love and gratitude for the simple life they shared. Their daughter, Lily, a bright-eyed 8-year-old with a cascade of auburn hair, burst into the room, her laughter echoing through the house, her energy a whirlwind of excitement. "Goose! Goose!" she called, her voice filled with the playful affection she held for their beloved Labrador retriever. Goose, a gentle giant with a coat the color of burnished gold and eyes that reflected the warmth of the firelight, bounded into the kitchen, his tail wagging with an enthusiasm that threatened to sweep the furniture off its feet. He greeted Lily with a joyful bark and a playful nudge, his love for his young companion evident in his every move. Gus was more than just a pet. He was a member of the Johnson family, his presence woven into the fabric of their lives. He had arrived as a puppy, a gift from Tom to Sarah on their wedding anniversary, his arrival a symbol of their growing love, their shared dreams of a family and a life rooted in the rhythms of the Vermont countryside. He had grown up alongside Lily, their bond forged in the shared adventures of childhood, their friendship a testament to the unconditional love that existed between a girl and her dog. They explored the fields and forests together, their laughter echoing through the trees, their footsteps leaving a trail of joyful memories in the soft earth. Gus was Lily's confidant, her playmate, her protector. He would patiently endure her attempts to dress him up in her old clothes, his tail wagging good-naturedly despite the indignity. He would join her on her imaginary adventures, his barks and playful chases adding to the excitement of their explorations. He would curl up at her feet as she read her favorite stories, his presence a calming influence, his soft snores a gentle lullaby. He was her shadow, her furry guardian, her loyal companion through the ups and downs of childhood. The Johnsons, in turn, adored Gus. He was more than just a pet. He was an integral part of their family, his presence enriching their lives, his love a reflection of their own bond. They cared for him diligently, ensuring his health and happiness, their home a haven for his well-being. They fed him nutritious meals, his bowl always filled with fresh water. They groomed him regularly, his golden fur gleaming with health, his tail wagging proudly as he basked in their attention. They took him for walks, his energy expended in playful romps through the fields, his joyful barks echoing across the countryside. They showered him with affection, their hugs and kisses a testament to their love, their words of praise a constant reassurance of his place in their hearts. They cherished him, their bond a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal connection. Their love for Gus a reflection of the love they shared for each other and the life they had built together. But as the days grew shorter, the nights colder, and the leaves began their fiery descent, a shadow crept over the idyllic life of the Johnson family, a darkness that threatened to dim the light in Gus's eyes and test the strength of their bond. The change in Gus was subtle at first, a slight hesitation in his step, a delayed response to Lily's calls, a weariness that seemed at odds with his usually boundless energy. The Johnsons, their hearts attuned to their beloved dog's every nuance, noticed the shift, their concern growing with each passing day. Gus's once bright eyes, windows to his playful soul, took on a clouded appearance, their usual sparkle dimmed by a veil of confusion and discomfort. He would bump into furniture, his usually graceful movements now clumsy and uncertain, his confusion evident in his tilted head and hesitant steps. He would whine softly, his mournful sounds a stark contrast to his usual joyful barks, his distress a puzzle that the Johnsons desperately tried to solve. They took him to the local veterinarian, Dr. Anderson, a kind and experienced woman with a gentle touch and a deep love for animals. Dr. Anderson examined Gus thoroughly, her practiced hands gently probing his body, her instruments seeking answers within his furry form. She conducted tests, her brow furrowed in concentration as she analyzed the results, her heart sinking as the diagnosis became clear. Gus was suffering from a rare and aggressive eye disease, its progression swift and relentless, its outcome irreversible. He was losing his sight, the world around him fading into a blur of shadows and darkness, his once vibrant life dimming with the loss of his most precious sense. The news hit the Johnsons like a thunderbolt, its impact shattering the idyllic peace of their farmhouse, its echoes reverberating through their hearts. Sarah, her eyes filled with tears, clutched Gus tightly, her sobs a testament to the love she felt for her loyal companion, her despair a reflection of his own. Tom, his sturdy frame now slumped with grief, knelt beside Gus, his calloused hand gently stroking his fur, his voice a low rumble of comfort and reassurance. Lily, her young heart unable to comprehend the gravity of the situation, clung to Gus's neck, her tears soaking his fur, her whispers of love a desperate plea for him to stay the same, to remain her playful companion, her furry confidant. Dr. Anderson, her own heart heavy with the sadness of the diagnosis, offered words of comfort and guidance, her voice a gentle beacon in the storm of their grief. She explained the progression of the disease, the inevitability of Gus's blindness, the challenges he would face, the adjustments they would need to make. She offered medication to slow the progression, but the ultimate outcome remained unchanged. Gus would lose his sight, his world forever altered, his life irrevocably transformed. The Johnsons, their hearts heavy with sorrow, returned home, their once joyful haven now shrouded in a somber silence. They watched as Gus navigated the familiar rooms with a newfound hesitancy, his once confident strides now replaced by tentative steps, his once bright eyes now clouded with confusion and fear. They tried to maintain a sense of normalcy, their voices cheerful, their touch gentle, their love for Gus unwavering. But the shadow of his impending blindness loomed over them, their hearts aching for his suffering, their own sense of loss mirroring his own. Gus, his world shrinking with each passing day, his once vibrant spirit dimmed by the encroaching darkness, retreated into himself, his playful energy replaced by a quiet despair. He would spend hours curled up in his bed, his whimpers a mournful lament for the life he was losing, his isolation a stark contrast to the joyful companionship he had once known. The Johnsons, their hearts breaking for their beloved dog, struggled to find a way to help him, to ease his suffering, to restore the light in his eyes. But the darkness was closing in, its grip tightening, its presence a constant reminder of the challenges that lay ahead, the uncertain future that awaited their beloved Gus. The once vibrant world of the Johnson farmhouse grew dim, its colors fading, its sounds muffled, its familiar contours blurred by the encroaching darkness that enveloped Gus's vision. He navigated the rooms with a hesitant uncertainty, his once confident strides now replaced by tentative steps, his paws feeling their way across the wooden floors, his nose twitching, his senses heightened in an attempt to compensate for the loss of his sight. He bumped into furniture, his body colliding with the sturdy legs of the kitchen table, his head brushing against the sharp edges of the bookcase, his whimpers a testament to the frustration and fear that consumed him. He longed to run through the fields, to chase butterflies in the meadow, to greet the sunrise with a joyful bark, but his world had shrunk, its boundaries defined by the reach of his fading vision. He withdrew from the family's activities, his once playful spirit dimmed by his inability to participate in their games, his isolation a stark contrast to the joyful companionship he had once known. He would lie in his bed, his ears drooping, his tail still, his eyes, though open, reflecting the emptiness that surrounded him. Lily, her young heart aching for her beloved companion, tried to engage him, her voice a cheerful invitation to play, her hands offering gentle strokes and comforting hugs. But Gus, his spirit wounded, his confidence shattered, would respond with a half-hearted wag of his tail, his movements hesitant, his eyes unable to meet hers, their connection severed by the veil of darkness that had fallen between them. The Johnsons, their hearts heavy with sorrow, watched as Gus struggled to adapt to his new reality. They rearranged the furniture, creating clear pathways, removing obstacles, their efforts a desperate attempt to make their home a safe haven for their blind companion. They spoke to him constantly, their voices a reassuring presence in his world of shadows, their words painting vivid pictures of the surroundings, their descriptions an attempt to fill the void left by his lost vision. They guided him on walks, their hands gently holding his leash, their footsteps a steady rhythm that he could follow, their presence a comforting reassurance in the unfamiliar terrain. But despite their efforts, Gus's despair deepened. He felt lost, his independence stolen, his world reduced to a confusing maze of sounds and smells, his once vibrant life now a shadow of its former self. He longed for the light, for the colors, for the sights that had once filled his days with joy, but the darkness was relentless, its presence a constant reminder of his limitations, his vulnerability. The Johnsons, their hearts breaking for their beloved dog, sought advice from Dr. Anderson, their voices filled with a desperate plea for help, their questions a reflection of their own helplessness in the face of Gus's suffering. Dr. Anderson, her own compassion mirroring their grief, offered words of comfort and encouragement, her knowledge a beacon of hope in their search for solutions. She suggested training, exercises to stimulate Gus's other senses, activities that would help him regain his confidence and navigate his new reality. She recommended patience, understanding, and unwavering love, their presence a constant reassurance for Gus, their support a lifeline in his journey through the darkness. She reminded them that Gus was still the same dog, his loyal heart unchanged, his love for them unwavering, his spirit resilient despite the challenges he faced. The Johnsons, their hope rekindled, their determination renewed, embraced Dr. Anderson's advice, their every action now guided by a fierce love for their blind companion, their commitment to his well-being a testament to the enduring bond that connected them, a bond that would guide them through the darkness, a bond that would ultimately lead them to an unexpected source of light and companionship. As the leaves fell and the winds of autumn swept through the Vermont countryside, a new presence arrived at the Johnson farm, a creature as different from Gus as the darkness was from the light. A stray cat, sleek and silver, with eyes that gleamed like emeralds in the twilight, wandered onto their property, its presence a whisper of wildness amidst the domesticated serenity. The cat, its movements graceful and cautious, its senses alert to the unfamiliar surroundings, explored the barns and outbuildings, its curiosity piqued by the scents and sounds of farm life. It observed the chickens clucking in their coop, the cows grazing in the pasture, the horses snorting and stamping in their stables. It watched the Johnsons from a distance, their human activities a source of both fascination and apprehension. It saw them tending to their chores, their movements purposeful and rhythmic, their voices carrying a gentle cadence that echoed through the crisp autumn air. It observed Gus, the golden retriever, his once vibrant form now subdued, his movements hesitant, his eyes clouded with a darkness that mirrored the cat's own nocturnal world. The cat, its instincts honed by a life of independence and survival, sensed Gus's vulnerability, his isolation, his struggle to navigate a world that had lost its visual clarity. It approached Gus cautiously, its movements a silent dance of curiosity and empathy. It circled him, its tail twitching, its eyes studying his every move, its presence a subtle intrusion into Gus's world of shadows. Gus, his senses heightened by his blindness, detected the cat's presence. It sent a mix of wildness and curiosity, its movements a gentle rustle in the stillness of the barn. He turned his head towards the source of the scent. His ears perked, his nose twitching, his curiosity piqued by this unfamiliar visitor. He whimpered softly, his sound a tentative greeting, a question mark in the silence of their encounter. The cat, its own curiosity overcoming its initial apprehension, responded with a soft meow, its voice a gentle counterpoint to Gus's mournful sound. They stood there, two creatures from different worlds, their paths intersecting in this shared moment of vulnerability and curiosity. Gus, his world shrouded in darkness, his spirit dimmed by his loss of sight, found himself drawn to the cat's presence, its energy a spark of light in his shadowed existence. The cat, its instincts attuned to Gus's vulnerability, sensed his loneliness, his need for companionship, his yearning for connection. It approached him slowly, its movements deliberate, its touch gentle as it brushed against his fur, its presence a silent offering of comfort and understanding. Lily, witnessing this unexpected encounter from the barn doorway, her heart filled with a mix of hope and wonder, named the cat Cleo, her choice a reflection of the cat's sleek beauty and mysterious aura. She watched as Cleo and Gus interacted, their tentative movements a dance of curiosity and connection, their presence a beacon of hope in the face of Gus's challenges. And as the autumn leaves continued their descent, blanketing the farm in a tapestry of gold and crimson, the unlikely friendship between Gus and Cleo began to blossom, their bond a testament to the power of empathy, the resilience of the animal spirit, and the unexpected connections that could emerge from the shadows of adversity. Cleo, with her innate feline grace and independent spirit, gradually became a fixture on the Johnson farm. She navigated the barns and fields with a confident ease, her sleek body weaving through the tall grasses, her emerald eyes gleaming with a mischievous intelligence. She charmed the Johnsons with her playful antics, her purrs a rumbling symphony of contentment as she curled up on Sarah's lap, her playful swats at dangling toys a source of amusement for Tom and Lily. But her true focus remained on Gus, the gentle giant whose world had been shrouded in darkness. She would seek him out, her presence a comforting constant in his life. She would brush against his legs, her touch a gentle reminder that he was not alone. She would lead him on walks through the familiar paths of the farm, her movements a silent guide, her presence a beacon in his world of shadows. At first, Gus was hesitant, his steps uncertain, his trust in this new companion tentative. But Cleo, with her patient persistence and gentle nudges, encouraged him to follow, her presence a reassuring constant in the unfamiliar terrain. She would weave through his legs, her movements a subtle guidance system, her touch a gentle pressure that directed his path. She would meow softly, her voice a beacon in the darkness, her sounds a language that Gus quickly learned to understand. She would lead him to his favorite spots on the farm, the sun-drenched patch of grass by the barn, the cool shade of the old oak tree, the babbling brook where he loved to dip his paws. She would alert him to obstacles, her warning meows preventing him from bumping into fences, stumbling over rocks, or straying too close to the edge of the pond. Gus, his confidence growing with each passing day, his trust in Cleo deepening with every shared experience, began to explore his world anew, his senses heightened, his other senses compensating for his lost vision. He would sniff the fragrant earth, his nose twitching, his whiskers sensing the subtle changes in the air currents. He would listen to the symphony of the farm, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the distant mooing of cows, his ears painting a vivid picture of his surroundings. He would feel the warmth of the sun on his fur, the coolness of the grass beneath his paws, the gentle breeze carrying the scents of the countryside. He rediscovered the joy of movement, his strides regaining their confidence, his tail wagging with a renewed enthusiasm. He would chase after Cleo, their playful games a symphony of barks and meows, their laughter echoing through the fields, their bond a testament to the transformative power of companionship. The Johnsons, their hearts filled with gratitude, witnessed this extraordinary friendship unfold, their own spirits lifted by the sight of Gus's renewed joy, their love for Cleo growing with each passing day. They had welcomed a stray cat into their home, and in doing so, they had found a guiding light for their beloved dog, a companion who had illuminated the path back to happiness and restored Gus's faith in the world around him. The bond between Gus and Cleo deepened with each passing day, their unlikely friendship a testament to the power of empathy and the resilience of the animal spirit. They were an inseparable pair, their presence a comforting constant on the Johnson farm, their interactions a source of joy and wonder for all who witnessed their unique connection. Cleo, her role as Gus's guide firmly established, led him on daily adventures through the fields and forests, her movements a silent language that Gus had come to understand, her presence a beacon in his world of darkness. She would weave through his legs, her touch a gentle pressure that guided his path, her meows a soft reassurance that he was not alone. She would lead him to his favorite spots on the farm, the sun-drenched patch of grass by the barn where he loved to bask in the warmth, the cool shade of the old oak tree where he would rest his weary body, the babbling brook where he would dip his paws and lap at the cool, refreshing water. She would alert him to obstacles, her warning meows preventing him from bumping into fences, stumbling over rocks, or straying too close to the edge of the pond. She would guide him through the bustling farmyard, her presence a shield against the curious nudges of the cows, the playful nips of the goats, the startled flutters of the chickens. Gus, his trust in Cleo unwavering, followed her lead with a newfound confidence, his steps regaining their sure-footedness, his tail wagging with a joyful abandon that echoed his rediscovered freedom. He would sniff the fragrant earth, his nose twitching, his whiskers sensing the subtle changes in the air currents, his other senses heightened, compensating for his lost vision. He would listen to the symphony of the farm, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the distant mooing of cows, the rhythmic sounds of farm machinery, his ears painting a vivid picture of his surroundings. He would feel the warmth of the sun on his fur, the coolness of the grass beneath his paws, the gentle breeze carrying the scents of wildflowers and freshly tilled soil. He would chase after Cleo, their playful games a symphony of barks and meows, their laughter echoing through the fields, their bond a testament to the transformative power of companionship. He would nuzzle her gently, his affection a silent expression of gratitude for the light she had brought back into his life. The Johnsons, their hearts filled with warmth and admiration, watched this extraordinary friendship unfold, their own spirits lifted by the sight of Gus's renewed joy. They had welcomed a stray cat into their home, and in doing so, they had found a guiding light for their beloved dog, a companion who had illuminated the path back to happiness and restored Gus's faith in the world around him. They marveled at Cleo's intelligence, her intuitive understanding of Gus's needs, her unwavering dedication to his well-being. They showered her with affection, their gratitude evident in every gentle stroke, every playful tickle, every whispered word of praise. Cleo, basking in their love, had found a home, a family, a place where she belonged. She had arrived as a stray, a creature of the wild, her survival instincts honed by a life of independence and uncertainty. But she had found acceptance, love, and a purpose that transcended her solitary existence. She had become Gus's eyes, his guide, his companion, her presence a beacon of light in his world of darkness. And in doing so, she had also become a part of the Johnson family, her love for Gus a reflection of the love that bound them all together, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and the transformative magic that could blossom in the most unexpected of circumstances. As the seasons turned, painting the Vermont landscape in a tapestry of vibrant colors, the bond between Gus and Cleo deepened, their friendship a constant source of joy and wonder for the Johnson family. They were an inseparable pair, their presence a comforting reminder of the resilience of the animal spirit and the transformative power of companionship. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves swirled in a symphony of gold and crimson, Cleo, her usual playful energy replaced by a quiet restlessness, led Gus towards the edge of the woods, her movements hesitant, her meows carrying a hint of urgency. She guided him through the undergrowth, her sleek body weaving through the fallen leaves, her tail twitching nervously, her senses alert to the subtle sounds and scents of the forest. Gus, his trust in Cleo unwavering, followed her lead, his paws navigating the uneven terrain with a newfound confidence. His ears perked, his nose twitching, his other senses heightened in the absence of his sight. They reached a clearing, a small patch of sunlight illuminating a scene that stirred a deep chord within Cleo's memory. An old, dilapidated cabin, its windows boarded up, its paint peeling, its presence a silent testament to a forgotten past, stood nestled amidst the trees, its aura a mix of sadness and mystery. Cleo, her movements now hesitant, her meows soft and plaintive, circled the cabin, her eyes fixed on its darkened windows, her body trembling with a mix of fear and longing. Gus, sensing her distress, nuzzled her gently, his warmth a comforting presence, his concern evident in his soft whimpers. Cleo, unable to resist the pull of her past, led Gus towards the cabin, her paws cautiously navigating the overgrown path, her senses alert to any sign of danger. They reached the porch, its wooden planks creaking beneath their weight, its silence a stark contrast to the memories that echoed within Cleo's heart. She had been born in this cabin, a tiny kitten amidst a litter of siblings, their mother a stray who had sought shelter in the abandoned dwelling. She remembered the warmth of her mother's fur, the playful tumbles with her siblings, the carefree days of exploring the surrounding woods. But those memories were also tinged with sadness, the harsh realities of life as a stray, the constant struggle for survival, the fear of predators, the hunger that gnawed at their bellies. She remembered the day her mother had disappeared, her absence a gaping hole in their small family, her fate a mystery that had haunted Cleo's young life. She remembered the day she had been separated from her siblings, their playful cries fading into the distance as she ventured further into the woods, her curiosity leading her away from the safety of their makeshift home. She had wandered for days, her survival instincts guiding her, her loneliness a constant companion. And now, years later, she had found herself back at the place where her life had begun, the memories flooding back, the emotions a mix of sadness, longing, and a strange sense of closure. Gus, sensing the depth of Cleo's emotions, her vulnerability a stark contrast to her usual confident demeanor, nuzzled her gently, his presence a silent offering of comfort and support. He had come to rely on Cleo, her guidance a beacon in his world of darkness, her friendship a lifeline in his journey through the shadows. But now, he sensed that it was his turn to offer support, to be a source of strength for the cat who had illuminated his path. He stood beside her, his warmth a comforting presence, his loyalty unwavering, his love a testament to the bond they had forged, a bond that transcended the boundaries of species and the echoes of the past. Cleo, her heart heavy with the weight of memories, led Gus into the dilapidated cabin. The interior was dark and dusty, the air thick with the scent of decay and forgotten lives. Sunbeams filtered through cracks in the boarded-up windows, casting long shadows that danced across the worn floorboards, their ethereal glow illuminating the remnants of a life long gone. A tattered armchair sat slumped in a corner, its cushions ripped and faded, its presence a silent testament to the family that had once gathered around the fireplace, their laughter and conversations now mere echoes in the stillness. A child's toy, a worn teddy bear with a missing eye, lay abandoned on the floor, its fur matted and dusty, its presence a poignant reminder of the innocence that had once filled these walls. Cleo, her senses heightened, her memories vivid, navigated the familiar space, her paws tracing the paths she had once explored as a kitten, her eyes adjusting to the dim light, her heart aching with a mix of sadness and longing. She led Gus to a corner of the room, where a pile of old blankets and rags lay nestled beneath a broken window. It was the spot where she had been born, where she had spent the first weeks of her life, her mother's warmth a comforting presence, her siblings' playful antics a symphony of joy. She curled up on the blankets, her body trembling with a mix of fear and nostalgia, her eyes fixed on the dust motes dancing in the sunbeams. her mind replaying the memories of her past, the echoes of her lost family. Gus, sensing her distress, her vulnerability a stark contrast to her usual confident demeanor, nuzzled her gently. His warmth a comforting presence, his loyalty unwavering. He had come to rely on Cleo, her guidance a beacon in his world of darkness, her friendship a lifeline in his journey through the shadows. But now, he sensed that it was his turn to offer support, to be a source of strength for the cat who had illuminated his path. He lay beside her, his large body a reassuring presence, his soft fur brushing against hers, his warmth a silent offering of comfort and understanding. He licked her head gently, his rough tongue a soothing caress, his gesture a testament to the bond they had forged, a bond that transcended the boundaries of species and the echoes of the past. He whimpered softly, his sounds a comforting presence in the stillness of the cabin, his empathy a silent acknowledgement of her pain. Cleo, her heart touched by his gesture, his presence a comforting anchor in the sea of her emotions, leaned into his warmth, her purrs a rumbling symphony of gratitude and affection. She had found solace in his companionship, his loyalty a mirror of her own, his understanding a balm for her wounded spirit. They lay there together, two creatures who had known loss and abandonment, their shared vulnerability a source of strength, their friendship a testament to the healing power of connection. The cabin, once a symbol of Cleo's past, now became a sanctuary for their shared healing, a place where they could confront their memories, their fears, their scars, and emerge stronger. Their bond a testament to the enduring power of friendship to transcend the boundaries of species and the echoes of the past. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that stretched across the clearing, Cleo and Gus remained curled together, their warmth a beacon in the gathering darkness, their presence a testament to the resilience of the animal spirit, their friendship a symphony of shared understanding and unwavering support. They had found solace in each other, their bond a testament to the transformative power of companionship, their shared journey a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. News of Gus and Cleo's unique friendship spread beyond the confines of the Johnson farm, their story carried on the wings of the wind, their bond a testament to the power of compassion and the resilience of the animal spirit. Lily, her young heart overflowing with admiration for her furry companions, shared their tale with her classmates, her words painting a vivid picture of their friendship, her enthusiasm igniting a spark of curiosity and wonder in her young audience. The local newspaper, the Vermont Chronicle, caught wind of the story, its reporters drawn to the heartwarming tale of the blind dog and his feline guide. They visited the Johnson farm, their cameras capturing the essence of Gus and Cleo's bond. Their interviews with the Johnsons a testament to the transformative power of animal companionship. The story, accompanied by heartwarming photographs of Gus and Cleo exploring the farm, playing in the fields, and cuddling by the fireplace, touched the hearts of readers across the state, its message of resilience and unconditional love resonating with those who had known hardship and loss. Letters poured in from across Vermont, filled with words of encouragement, admiration, and gratitude for the inspiration that Gus and Cleo's story provided. Donations were sent to the local animal shelter, their contributions a testament to the generosity and compassion that Gus and Cleo's friendship had ignited. Schools invited Gus and Cleo to visit their classrooms, their presence a source of delight for the students, their story a lesson in empathy, acceptance, and the power of friendship to overcome challenges. Children gathered around them, their gentle touch a testament to their newfound understanding of the human-animal bond, their questions a reflection of their curiosity and admiration. Gus and Cleo became ambassadors for animal welfare, their story a beacon of hope for those who had experienced loss, their bond a reminder that even in the darkest of times, companionship and love could illuminate the path towards healing and resilience. Their story spread beyond the borders of Vermont, their tale shared on national television programs, their images gracing the pages of magazines and online platforms. They became symbols of hope, their friendship a testament to the enduring power of connection, their resilience and inspiration to those facing adversity. The Johnsons, their hearts filled with gratitude for the impact that Gus and Cleo had had on their lives and the lives of others, continued to nurture their bond, their farm a haven for the two unlikely friends, their love a testament to the transformative power of compassion and the enduring strength of the human-animal connection. Time, the relentless sculptor, continued to etch its passage on the Johnson farm, painting the landscape with the changing seasons, the vibrant hues of spring giving way to the golden glow of summer, the fiery tapestry of autumn fading into the serene white embrace of winter. Gus, his golden coat now streaked with silver, his movements a bit slower, his naps a bit longer, remained a beacon of gentle wisdom, his blindness no longer a barrier but a testament to the resilience of his spirit and the enduring power of his friendship with Cleo. Cleo, her sleek silver fur now touched with the frost of age, her emerald eyes still sparkling with a mischievous glint, remained Gus's faithful guide and companion, her presence a constant source of comfort and support. They continued their daily explorations of the farm, their bond deepening with each passing season, their friendship a timeless symphony of shared experiences and unconditional love. They would wander through the fields, Cleo's lithe body weaving through the tall grasses, Gus's confident strides following her lead, his trust in her unwavering. They would bask in the warmth of the sun, their bodies curled together in a comforting embrace, their shared silence a testament to the deep understanding that existed between them. They would play games of chase, their laughter echoing through the barns and outbuildings, their joy a reminder of the light that Cleo had brought back into Gus's life. They would curl up by the fireplace on cold winter nights, their warmth a shared haven against the chill, their presence a comforting reminder of the love and companionship that filled the Johnson farmhouse. The Johnsons, their own hair now streaked with silver, their faces etched with the wisdom of years, cherished the bond between Gus and Cleo, their hearts filled with gratitude for the transformative power of their friendship. They had witnessed the darkness that had threatened to consume Gus, the despair that had dimmed his spirit, and they had witnessed the light that Cleo had brought into his life, the resilience that had blossomed within him, the joy that had returned to his eyes. They had learned the true meaning of companionship, the enduring power of empathy, the transformative magic that could emerge from the most unexpected of circumstances. They watched as Gus and Cleo grew old together, their bond a timeless testament to the power of friendship to transcend the boundaries of species and the limitations of physical challenges. They saw in their companionship a reflection of their own love, their own commitment to each other, their own resilience in the face of life's inevitable trials. And as the years turned into decades, the story of Gus and Cleo became a cherished legend on the Johnson farm, a tale whispered around the fireplace on cold winter nights, a reminder of the enduring power of love, loyalty, and the extraordinary connections that could blossom between two souls, regardless of their differences. Gus and Cleo, their lives intertwined, their spirits forever bound by the threads of friendship, lived out their days in the comforting embrace of the Johnson family. Their presence a beacon of hope, their story a testament to the transformative power of companionship and the enduring strength of the human-animal bond.